Hi, I'm Fraser Douglas, the avid tent camper. In this video, I want to talk about the essential items that are needed for a camping trip. If you're an experienced camper, you should already have all of these items. But if you've never camped before, these are the first items that you should assemble for your camping trip.
If you go to the internet, you'll find dozens of lists of camping equipment, but none of them provide the information that a family needs to know in order to start camping. Some lists include items that you don't need and exclude other items that are much more important. Other lists include dozens of items that you would probably never need on a camping trip, and they don't tell you which ones are most important.
So now let me discuss what I consider to be the essential items for tent camping.
Now, all of this information can be found on my website, www.basictentcamping.com, but I decided to prepare this video to provide a few more details. First of all, you'll need a good road map in case you run into any problems traveling to your camping destination or back home. GPS receivers and cell phone apps are nice to have, but they sometimes don't work in rural areas and occasionally send you in the wrong direction. The first and perhaps the most important essential item to assemble is a set of appropriate clothing. You'll want plenty of socks, plenty of underwear, and plenty of other garments that are suited for the weather. In warm weather, you can get by with t-shirts and tank tops and shorts that you pull out of your closet at home. But remember that you'll need a light jacket for cool nights. In cooler weather, you want to avoid jeans, sweatpants, and other garments made from cotton, and rely on garments made from nylon, polyester, wool, and silk. As the temperature drops, you can wear several garments layered on top of each other. And don't forget to pack warm garments to sleep in at night. You can pack all of your clothing in soft day packs and duffel bags that can be used as pillows at night. The second group of essential items are the things that you need in order to make a very comfortable bed, because sleeping well is perhaps the most important factor in determining whether you have an enjoyable camping trip. First of all, you'll need some insulated material to lay on the floor of your tent. We use a cheap $20 indoor-outdoor carpet that we bought at Home Depot, but you could also use a wool blanket. Next, you'll need a comfortable mattress, and I recommend that you buy the best mattress you can afford. These self-inflating insulated mattresses cost about $150 each. A good mattress is arguably the most important piece of camping equipment you can buy, so don't cut corners. You can hold two mattresses together with a standard size fitted sheet, or three mattresses together with a king-size sheet. And finally, you'll need a large king-size blanket or quilt. Two rectangular sleeping bags zipped together work well, but don't buy mummy bags. And don't forget to pack your warm clothing for cool weather. The third essential item to get is a good 6-person tent. You can find a good one for less than $200. This Eureka Copper Canyon is an excellent choice as long as you're camping in fair weather. This Eureka Sunrise would be a good choice if you expect windy or stormy weather. This Coleman Sundome would be a good choice. Alps Mountaineering makes a Merrimack tent that looks exactly like this old REI tent. This Marmot Limestone is our favorite tent. It costs quite a bit more than the other tents I've mentioned, but you can sometimes find it on sale for about $300. Regardless of the tent you buy, Also buy a cheap duffel bag that is large enough to hold the tent, the ground cloth, and the carpets that you may want to use with your tent. The fourth essential item to buy is one or more battery-powered or solar-powered lights. A headlight shown in the top row center is probably the best all-purpose light, but personally I prefer a small flashlight on a lanyard when I'm walking after dark. We also prefer a dome lantern shown at the top left to hang with a carabiner from the top of our tent. Now let me talk about some essential personal items. You'll want to assemble a shower kit that includes some shower shoes, soap, wash rag, microfiber towel, and a bag. A grooming kit should include a brush, deodorant, toothpaste, toothbrush, floss, small scissors, nail cutters, and some tweezers. I packed my grooming items in the small blue bag shown above, but you could use a 1-quart food storage bag. You'll need a small first aid kit, some sunscreen, and some insect repellent. The first aid kit should contain gauze, sponges, tape, elastic bandages, burn cream, Neosporin antibiotic, Benadryl, pain relief medication, itch eraser, and small adhesive bandages. And don't forget to pack any personal medicine that you may be taking. Every person will need a personal water bottle. Recycled Gatorade bottles work well, or you can buy a water bottle for about $2 in a grocery store or department store. If you're concerned about BPA contamination of plastic water bottles, you may want to buy a stainless steel water bottle. This is a clean canteen bottle. And if you want to bring water to your campsite for cooking or washing your hands, you may want to get 1 or 2 larger water jugs. This is an ocean spray bottle, but you could use recycled gallon milk jugs. Now let's talk about some essential tools. Now, we packed several knives, but if you had to pick one, I would pick a Victorinox Tinker as my one camp knife. Other campers prefer Mora or Buck or Opinel knives or multi-tools. You'll also need some strong tent stakes that can be driven into crushed stone tent pads. We like these nail-type stakes. You'll need about 100 feet of 3mm camp cord, and you'll need a small pair of pliers to pull your tent stakes out of the ground when you're ready to break camp, and to handle hot pots and pans on the fire. Now, we cut our camp cord into 5 and 10-foot lengths with an overhand loop at one end and connect them as needed to make clotheslines or to hang food from a tree or to perform other chores. You'll need a pair of leather gloves for working around the fire and for handling firewood. And finally, you'll need something to drive your tent stakes in with. Now, you could use a rock or you could use a piece of firewood, but this Estwing Camper's Axe 14 is an excellent tool that can be used to drive in your tent stakes and to split firewood. You can find this axe with the Cabela's stamp in Cabela stores or on the internet. And now let's talk about some essential kitchen items. You'll need a plate, spoon, cup, and can opener. 9-inch pie pans make good plates that also can serve as bowls. You'll also need a small pair of metal tongs to handle food that's on the grill or in the fire. And you'll also need a pot to boil water. You could use a large tin can, but a billy pot with a folding handle would be a more practical choice. Matchlight charcoal can be used to grill a hot dog or a steak with, or to start a campfire. You'll need food that either requires no cooking or can be grilled on the grill or can be boiled. For example, hot dogs and chicken breasts can be grilled on the grill. Canned vegetables can be warmed up in a boiler. Pasta meals such as rice or macaroni can be cooked in a boiler. Fresh vegetables such as potatoes, carrots, and green beans can be boiled in the boiler. And a variety of foods such as ham and cheese can be used to make sandwiches that do not require any cooking at all. And you'll also need a cooler to pack your perishable items such as milk and butter.
Well, if you're an experienced camper, I'm glad that you've watched this movie all the way to the end, and I hope that you've learned at least one thing. Please share this video with any non-camping friends that you may have. If you are an inexperienced camper, I hope that you've learned the most important things to buy and assemble before you take that first camping trip. Now, you'll also want to watch my next video on how to plan your first camping trips that I should be posting within the next month or two.
For more information about essential camping equipment, you can visit my website. A link is provided below in the description, and you can read my book, Basic Tent Camping.
Well, I hope this video has inspired you to take more trips, travel further, visit more attractions, and save money. Go tent camping.